What's going on, everybody? Trader Bryce here. Make sure you guys can hear me. You should be able to. This is not live, but this is going to be in place of small cap recap today. I've got a trader friend of mine coming in. His flight actually got delayed, unfortunately, but I didn't have time to make it into the office to film today. So you're going to get like this kind of little webinar style small cap recap. So there were movers today. It was a very normal day. There wasn't anything that was really wild, no crazy supernova, although we're about to get into charts in a second, and we do have obviously CASA, C-A-S-A, mi casa, tu casa, or mi casa, su casa, one of those two. That is pushing, it's at high a day as we speak right now at the end of the afternoon. This could be a pretty crazy after hours squeezer, but again, just no very simple intraday action on that one, in my opinion. It kind of was like trying to be last week's VERU, right? Or well, this week's VERU. And generally when that happens, this is a good little note to take right now. When you do have a really hot runner, you're going to have stocks that have very similar feels to it, very similar patterns that are working, but they generally do not tend to work nearly as well because, again, the reason that those big runs happen is because it was not expected. And this time it's almost expected, right? Shorts, maybe you're a little bit more weary, whatever the case may be. So I always stay skeptical of the ones that happen after. If I missed the big runner, I missed the big runner, and it is what it is, but there are some other cool charts. Anyways, let's get on into these charts. So we'll start off with CASA here, right? So we had this nice push, breakdown, break of low a day, and then grind back up here, back right above VWAP, and then we got that high a day break squeeze. Let me put this on a 1 minute for you guys. And yeah, no, I mean, a really, really nice move. You know, it's up 70, 80% on the day. So nothing wrong there, just again, very, very choppy. I think a lot of people were expecting, and I was even looking back over this morning. I wasn't trading, but when I saw this fake high day break, then we had that recovery, and then here, I was looking at this for that entry in the 650s, but again, I came into small cap to say that this morning, like a lot of people are going to be expecting the same thing. They had that same fake high day break, slam down, recover, slam down, recover. But again, failing to break down. And it seemed too expected. It seemed too right in your face, like we just saw this last week. If the market was really hot, then yeah, different story. You know, everyone's bullish on everything. But then we did get this nice squeeze here, and again, now we're breaking high a day. It very well could gap. I just don't want to be stuck in an overnight swing right now on something I'm not very confident in. ATER, let's get to ATER. Really nice end of day move here. I avoided this one. It just kind of, don't get me wrong, it's pushing a really, really nice multi-day breakout, but I believe they do have like a 424B with a right to sell from time to time, meaning they can just be selling at the market, diluting their, dumping their shares. So I anticipate they're selling into pops. Maybe they're not. I do think there are a lot of shorts loaded into this over the last few days. It's just not something I really felt extremely comfortable with. Again, it ended up working nicely so far. Well, maybe it has a really, really nice breakout. The good news is, again, if they do actually have a 424B out, there's already offering news, right? And maybe they, come out and say, okay, we dumped it all, whatever. It's probably slightly less risky in the sense that you're not just going to wake up. It's it's there, right? So that's always nice. But again, I don't trust it personally, but the chart is very nice. INDO, we had a really nice day 2 move here as crude oil prices do come back up a little bit. I was actually looking at this right in here this morning, and again, I'm waiting until the afternoon to trade for me, so it didn't really make a ton of sense, just because again, I wanted to wait. I'm waiting until the afternoon, so I'm sticking to my rules. This would have been a really nice spot down in here, obviously in here as well, but I ended up working midday. It is what it is. Really just a nice move there. I'll keep that on watch. We also had ENSV, which is another energy stock. Really nice spot in here after, you had this like little, this would have been a tough one. This would have been a really tough one because in here, this wasn't a whole lot of anything. It was a nice little multi-day mover, but didn't have any really parabolic moves, right? The only quick area I would have looked for is right in here, and even then I would have been skeptical just because we were grinding up the whole time. You know, why wasn't it going more parabolic in this area was what I would have been asking myself. But it was a really nice move nonetheless. I was looking at it down here. Someone brought this up in small cap. This area, it just, at that point, again, I don't know, it seemed a little too, the risk reward seemed a little off for me. I felt like I would have been needing to risk down in the 330s. And one, again, I wouldn't have trusted, even if we did break that high a day, you know, I'm entering here, let's say in the 360s. Do I really trust it to go, you know, $1 a share for me to make this trade worth it? Not really. I guess I could have maybe risked that 350s. But even still, it didn't seem like a risk reward trade that I wanted to be a part of. But, you know, that is what it is. I did take my only trade. Actually, I did scalp this as well. So I got ESSC right here. I was hoping for, I really liked this daily chart. Just been really basing. It's an old like pump and dump name. And it had a lot of volume today. A lot, I mean, literally the second, well, basically the second most day it's had in volume ever. And so I was looking at this, right? Had this really nice just grind up. It looked to me like an ABCD. I liked the chart. And I did end up, I had most out. One of my rules is right now I'm selling most of my positions into high a day. So I had most of my positions sold up in the 1140s and I cut the rest here at like 1130. Once it failed to break high a day, it needed more volume. I was hoping, again, just for a really strong volume candle like this, and it never came in. Here, FREQ had a nice scalp opportunity on this one. They had that midday, 11 a.m. pop, well, really like 12 p.m. pop here. Consolidating above VWAP right in here. I just took this $2 entry, or actually, this $2, got out a bit in like the 208s, and then cut the rest down here right at 2, right before this dump. I gave it a second to test that trend line, and then when it failed to retest up here, I just cut instantly at 2. Ended up working off the best. Here we go. CASA is now breaking through that high a day a bit more convincingly. Again, I'm not going to swing it, but this will be a really fun one to watch after hours. All right, guys, that's all I have for today's small cap recap. I know it's a little bit on the shorter side here, but I do want to let you guys know before I get going. In the beginning of this, I mentioned, you know, I'm trading mainly in the afternoons right now, mainly around, I get back to my screens around 1:30, 2 p.m. to actually start placing trades. And you know, to that, a big reason I'm doing this is actually something Tim Bohen is covering in a live event this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Basically, this pattern that's happening around 2 p.m. very frequently. He's going to be going over all the details in that live event. You're going to have a link down in the description you can click on to make sure you register your spot right away. It's not something you're going to want to miss. Again, it's the same reason I've been mainly waiting until 2 p.m. to trade just about every day. So with that being said, though, again, let me know down in the comments below how you've been trading lately. And again, it's happy Monday. Start to a new week. Fingers crossed that we get some nice momentum, but I hope you guys had a great Easter weekend as well. And I'll see you back here either tomorrow or Wednesday. Till then, later. Rock on. Rock on. We hope you guys enjoyed that last video. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of the StocksTrade community. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but we can't do it without your help. So if you enjoy what we're putting out and want to hear more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.